Hi, I hope all of you are fine. So, in this video, we are going to discuss what is billiard ball. Cuba rejects here for the game. See Jimmy White's two cue ball. A billiard ball is small hard ball used in cue sports such as carom, billiards, pool, and snooker. The number type, diameter, color, and pattern of the balls differ depending upon the specific game being played. Various particular ball properties such as hardness, friction, coefficient, and resilience are important to accuracy. Early balls were made of various material including wood and clay. The latter remaining in use well into the 20th century, although affordable ox balls were in the common use in Europe. Elephant ivory was favored since at least 1627 until the early 20th century. The earliest known written reference to every ball in the 1588 inventory of the Duke of Norfolk date and number ball appears around the early 1770s. By the mid 19th century, elephants were being slaughtered for their ivory at an alarming rate just to keep up with the demand for high-end billiard balls. No more than 8 balls could be made from a single elephant tusk. The billiard industry realized that the supply of elephant, their primary source of ivory, was endangered as well as dangerous to obtain the latter, an issue of notable public concern at the turn of 19th century. Inventory were challenged to come up with an alternative material that could be manufactured with the US 10,000 worth approximately 2 lakh 90,815 in 2023 was being offered by New York supplier. Although not the first artificial substance to be used for the ball, example solid sealment invented in 1867 was marked as an artificial average. John Wesley invented a composition material in 1869 called nitrocellulose for billiard balls. The first American patent of billiard balls. It is unclear if the cash prize was ever awarded, and there is no evidence suggesting he did in fact win. By 1817, it was commercially branded cellulite, the first industrial plaster. However, the nature of cellulite made it volatile in production, occasionally exploding, which ultimately made this early plastic impractical. Subsequently, to avoid the problem of celluloid instability, the industry experimented with various other synthetic material for billiard balls such as bakelite, acrylic, and other plastic components. The rating requirement for the billiard balls are met today with balls cast from plastic material that are strongly resilient to cracking and chipping. Currently selling under the brand name Armith and other private label manufacturer phenolic resin ball, other plastic and resins such as polyester, similar to those used for bowling balls and clear acrylic was also used. Every balls remained in use in artistic billiard competition until the late 20th century. Types: carom billiards. In the realms of carom billiards game, there three games are used to play most game on pocketless billiard tables. Carom balls are not numbers and are 60.1 61.5 millimeter in diameter and the weight ranging between 2 of 5 and 20 grams. They are typically colored as follows: white cue ball for player 1, yellow cue ball for player 2. Historically, this was white with a distinguished spot. Red object ball, 4 ball uses an extra object ball usually below. Pool balls are used to play various pool games such as 8 ball, 9 ball, and straight pool. These balls, the most widely used throughout the world, are smaller than the carom billiards ball and larger than those for snooker. According to World Pool Billiard Association equipment specification, the weight may be from 5.5 to 6 oz, 160 to 170 grams with a diameter of 2 and 1/4 in 57 millimeter plus or minus 0.005 in 0.127 millimeter. The balls are numbered and colored as in the table. Balls 1 through 7 are the suit of solids and 9 through 50s are the strap. The 8 balls is not considered a part of their suit. Strip balls were introduced around 1889. Rotation games do not distinguish between solid and stripe, but rather use the numbering on the balls to determine which object ball must be pocketed. In other games such as straight pool, neither type of making is of any consequence. Some balls used in television Pool games are colored differentially in order to make them more distinguishable on television monitor. Most commonly, the dark purple used on the 4 and 12 is replaced by pink to make it easier to distinguish the 4 from the black 8 ball. And similarly, the 7 and 15 use a light brown color instead of deep maroon. Other less common color substitution are also found, dependent on manufacturer. These sets often have a cue ball with a multiple spots on the surface so that spin plays on its evident to viewers. Coin-operated pool tables such as those found at bowling alleys or kidder balls may use a slightly different size cue ball so that the cue ball can be separated from object ball by the table ball return mechanism and deliver into its own ball return. Such different size cue balls are considered less than ideal because they change the dynamic of the equipment. Other tables such uses a system where a magnet pulls a cue with a ball with a thin layer of metal embedded inside a way from the object of ball collection chamber into the cue ball return, allowing the cue ball to more closely match the object balls in size and weight. More recently, optical system that recognize the cue ball which is more translucent than the other ball due to its solid white color and separated mechanically have been developed.